Why did I make a YouTube channel reading my journal entries? If you're new to this page, I would advise that you watch this introduction video first so that you're not confused. This article is a part of a series of videos that I created outlining how all that I wrote in my journal came true over the past 5 years. There's a video series called Manifestation Journal on YouTube speaking about that process. So why did I make a YouTube channel speaking about my journal entries? Well, let's start off with the fact that it's super awesome to have written down crazy goals and have achieved them. Who wouldn't think it was cool to look back into your past thoughts and realize that your current reality is a direct reflection of your past thoughts? I think that I was amazed at how I wrote things down that were outlandish and then they actually happened. But on another note, I knew that on a deeper level there were some real deep messages that were within those pages. I remember when I really started writing down in my journal was after having read the Kybalion in late 2017. I was writing before that, but those journal entries were not as esoteric and profound. It was after reading the Kybalion and the Master Key system that I challenged myself to put what I had learned to the test and to begin writing out my goals and whatnot. And at the time, I did not know if any of it would come true, but I do remember enjoying the process. I enjoyed writing in my journal because it was like I was able to let loose and just say what I wanted, not really caring about if anyone understood it or not, because I wasn't writing it to anyone else. I was writing it to myself. It was like a venting process and a sense of relief from the day-to-day struggles of being young and in business. No one really understood me, well, within my circle, but my journal did. I remember specifically writing the journal entry titled Manifestation in Action, where I declared to myself that I would journal for an entire year of 2018 and that I would set 5 seemingly unattainable goals. And at the end of the year, I would start an Instagram page going over all of those journal entries and having achieved these goals, walk people through the journey of what manifestation was really like. Click the below links to see those specific entries. So here are those entries. December 29th, 2017. It's Friday, the 29th of December, 2017, and I'm sitting at my desk alone. Mandy and Teresa are off, and there are no jobs going on today. As I sit here in silence by myself, realizing that it is, yet again, the end of another year, and I get to psychologically at least, wipe the slate clean and have a new beginning. This year reminds me so much of 2015 when I was starting New World. Before Vutu, I have that hunger back that I lost for a while. I feel like I have a fresh start to build something new and better than its predecessor, New World, like a 2.0. This time it will be bigger, better, and more profitable. I've learned the ropes with New World, and I'm ready for the big leagues, baby. This is my era, my time to shine. But with all that said, I still have the deep-seated fundamental understanding that I must mature rapidly, develop a high level of newfound discipline, and give 20x the concentrated, results-based effort than I currently have been giving this past year. This past year was a slack-off year for me. I reveled in all the success and business that came from 2016's grind. I didn't truly grind this year, but hey, whatever, right? You can't change the past. You can only direct the future. So for 2018, I'm adopting a new way of being. The slogan is going to be the transformation. Big idea alert. I just had a bright idea, hence the beautiful light bulb. Here it is, the proclamation. For 2018, I'm going to set 5 seemingly unattainable goals. I then am going to set out on a journey to journal the entire process in this journal. On December 30th, 2018, I will look back and check off having achieved all 5 seemingly unattainable goals. I will then start up an Instagram account and post a photo of each journal entry each day for 365 days. I will start it out with something like, life is what you decide it's going to be. Then for 365 days, people will see my trials and tribulations, but be able to travel the journey with me. I want to inspire others on how clear intention, hard work, dedication, and discipline can get you whatever you want in life. Manifestation in action. I kind of lost track of that specific objective, the proclamation, for about 2 years until I finally looked back and realized that I did achieve all those goals. And although it did not happen in the year 2018, which is when I said that they would, it actually happened the year after in 2019. And by this time, I was knee deep in my spiritual studies, so I was aware of how profound those journal entries were. But because I was so caught up in the day-to-day activities within my business, I never found the time to actually really go over them and figure out what to do with them. So they sat in my journal for the next 2 years until finally I decided to close down the company in July 2021. And over the next 6 months, I began reviewing the journal entries again because I had nothing but time on my hands. And the idea came to me to actually do what I had said, which was to post it to the public so that they could see what the manifestation process was really like. Just like I said in the journal entry, there was something inside of me that was pushing me to actually make the YouTube channel and go over the entries, as I felt like this journey would be able to help someone. And I also felt that by putting this out there, future business opportunities, partners, etc., could really see what kind of person I was. I was never really on social media that much, and I did not have much to show that I grew a multi-million-dollar contracting business by the age of 28, other than taxes and a weak Instagram page. So I figured that this could kind of be like my portfolio. And so in October 2021, after being off of work for 3 months, I decided to start making videos going over these journal entries. And that turned into the Manifestation Journal YouTube page. And that was the prerequisite to what I'm doing here, which is continuing to write, because this is what I feel comfortable doing. Writing allows me to get out my thoughts in the way that they are in my head, without thinking about what others think. This is the raw, unadulterated me. I enjoy writing a lot. So to conclude, the reason that I started a YouTube channel reading my journals is that I wanted to outline how I was able to manifest a reality for myself that was very far from the reality that I was living within when I started writing these entries in these journals, and use my experience to maybe help someone else who is looking to create a reality for themselves that is very far from the current reality that they are living in. This is not some kind of magic pill or potion. Rather, it is a technique that one can use to tell the universe what it is exactly that they want. They must continue to do the work, as manifestation is not a one-sided process. But one cannot deny the stunning similarities between my current reality and what I wrote in these journals. So to me, writing followed up by action equals manifestation. I feel like a lot of people are looking at how to get what they want out of life these days, as personal development is at its pinnacle in 2022. There are all these self-help gurus and YouTube pages online about how to get what you want. So obviously this is a collective desire. And I feel that my experience with journaling is truly a technique that works. It takes time, but it works. And as I get to this point in the article, this article would not be complete if I did not mention the fact that what actually was the catalyst to my YouTube page is a video that I saw about Charlie Rocket in September 2021. I actually forgot to write about that above, but he actually was the true catalyst to why I wanted to make this YouTube channel, because he inspired me tremendously with his journaling process, and I knew that I had a similar story.
Rocket will change your life.
Like everything I asked for, but the craziest thing I asked for in my Spawn Some Possibilities notebook was I would be a Nike athlete. And one day I made I said, I believe in the law of attraction. I said, I need to send out this energy. I said, what do Nike athletes have? They have Nike clothes on and they have Nike commercials. So I made a fan-made Nike commercial.
I just watched that. It's awesome. It blew up. It's
Thank
awesome.
you. It blew up. It got millions of views.
Where did that blow up? Was it Facebook?
Yeah. And 3 days after we put it out, Nike calls me.
Let's go.
And all my friends that told me I was crazy.
I know. I love when your goals sound so stupid to people and then they happen.
That's the best feeling ever. Absolutely. Like I believe, like there's this thing called the hero journey, Joseph Campbell, and every hero, no matter if it's, Batman or Katniss Everdeen or Frodo, they're all superheroes. They all have the same stories and they're called on a crazy journey. I'm gonna be an athlete. It's scary. You got to leave your whole business. Like there's something somebody's challenged you with before. And you're like, I don't know. But when you go and do it, and then it's really, when you go out into the world and you do that big, bold, crazy thing,
it's like, oh shit.
It's like nobody believes. You're all by yourself. And there's this like valley of disappointment where it doesn't look like anything's happening, but that superhero keeps his faith through it. And then like an outside force comes, like a dragon tries to come, and you got to slay the dragon, but we really got to slay something inside of ourselves. It's really something we're finding inside of ourselves to overcome that dragon. Every movie is this way. And then boom, that's when it happens. And that's what happened with me. Nike called me, said, we want to fly you up to Beaverton. You have inspired us to change the direction of where we're taking our market.
Whoa.
Now
listen, $1 billion.
We walk in, the number one stock in the Dow 30 last year
Was Nike.
Now, I walk into this big conference room, and there's pictures of me on the screens. And they gave a presentation to me about me. I have employees walking up to me and said, they're treating you better than LeBron James. They said they must be up to something. Like they would have these huge, like they have this big theater on their campus where they would do their corporate. Like you would see Steve Jobs like doing a presentation. Like it's like Big Boss on the stage, and people would like take pictures of the screen and like send it to me, Charlie, like they're up to something. I'm like, what the hell is Nike doing? Come to find out, I get a call, and they said, Charlie, we've been working on something that you inspired us to do. And there was a big commercial that came out last year, Colin Kaepernick commercial.
Yep.
Extremely
Controversial.
controversial.
I would know. A YouTuber. Controversial.
And what they decided to do was to take athletes who had crazy dreams like me, and they featured me in that commercial. They even named that commercial. So when they gave me this astronaut backpack, I made a fan-made Nike commercial. They said, Charlie, like, show everybody what we gave you. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a film. I'm a filmmaker. I'm gonna make a film about it. And I titled the film Dream Crazy.
That was the tagline in the video.
That's what they named the Colin Kaepernick
Wow.
commercial. Yes.
Wow.
So it was.
Yo, this is crazy.
We were able to move
Oh my God.
all my friends, all my family. I told them I'd be a Nike athlete. In that same notebook, I wrote down, I'm going to be in a commercial with LeBron James and Serena Williams.
Wait,
So
what?
They were in that commercial.
Before
This
before
was a
you
year-
shot your
Year and a half before I shot.
wow.
Oh, like
You name dropped
Oh,
LBJ and Serena Williams.
let me explain to you quantum physics, bro.
Please, 'cause you're onto something.
This is
I
how I
think we can all agree you're onto something. I don't know if you're from this planet. That's what I'm looking at you. I'm trying to find out if you're an alien.
Bro, check this out. You speak of aliens, bro. Look at the shoes, moon boots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, he's not
Bro,
from-
you just
Bro,
came off the
proof.
lunar landing eclipse. That's
my,
proof.
my boy Wes said to me earlier, we were at Starbucks getting high on coffee. He said, Charlie, we're from the future, and we're coming back to talk to Logan about what we saw.
Let's go. So tell me what you saw, man.
Let me tell you about quantum physics. All right, this is how quantum physics works. It's real simple. I'll break this down in the simplest terms. It all started with a test.
If it was not for Charlie Rocket, I don't think that I would have made this channel or done this whole thing that I'm doing. But seeing how many people he was able to help, I felt like this journaling process may be able to help someone too. And if not, I can tell you one thing. Reviewing these journal entries myself has truly made a big difference in my life right now, because I'm trying to rebuild my reality and manifest even bigger goals for the future. And I still go through some of the same things everyone else does regarding self-doubt, fear, etc. But listening to these videos and rereading these entries helps tremendously. It reminds me of the fundamentals. And it is the reason that I actually started writing again. So if it doesn't help one person out there, it's helping me. So thank you to Charlie Rocket. And thank you to me. And thank you to whoever reads this article, watches the YouTube series, and begins to manifest a new reality for themselves as well. Because maybe your manifestation process might help someone else like mine helped yours. Stay well.